Music. It's an incredible tool that sets the feeling and mood of the YouTube videos that you make. In fact, did you know that audio is responsible for over 50% of the viewing experience? Yet, most new creators spend so much time on the visuals that music just becomes an afterthought. So this video is going to change all that. Firstly, I'm going to tell you the best place to get music from, and then secondly, I'll show you how to use music and sound effects to enhance your videos and boost retention. But first, I want to warn you about a huge mistake that most new YouTubers make when choosing their music, and this mistake has personally cost me over $25,000, and no, that's not an exaggeration, so listen very, very carefully. So what is this mistake? Well, many creators want to use copyright-free music on their videos. So what they do is they go to YouTube and they search copyright-free music, and stuff like this pops up. They then download the song and start using it on all their videos, and it's amazing. Until it isn't. Because 2 years later, the owner of the song can just decide that they want to start charging people for their music. And they just change the description and the title, and then they make the song copyrighted, and then they demonetize your videos that use it. Suddenly, all the money that your videos are making from AdSense goes to them and not to you. And because you don't have a license, there's quite literally nothing you can do. And this has happened to me so many times. Like this video here on my main channel has over 15 million views. 15 million views, and it can no longer be monetized because I used this song here, which 2 years ago was described as being free for commercial use, and then the owner just copyrighted the song, demonetized my videos, and takes all the money for themselves. And this has cost me well over $25,000, and it's happened to hundreds of other people as well, as you can see in the comments. Now, I don't want you to make the same mistake, so what you need to do is get music from the right place, which brings us on to part 2. Where is the best place to get music from? Now, if you want to use the free option, then just use the YouTube music library. There's a pretty decent selection of songs here, and of course, it's all copyright free. But to be honest, the tracks are pretty generic and they won't make your videos stand out. Therefore, it's a good starting point if you're brand new and you don't want to spend any money yet, but don't expect to find anything really unique here. Instead, if you are willing to spend a little bit of money each month, I recommend you use Artlist. Now, they're not paying me to say this, but it really is the best place to get music in my opinion. The quality of their music is just incredible, and it's what I use in all of my videos on my main channel to get millions and millions of views. It only costs £10 per month or something along those lines, and you never need to worry about copyright issues again with your videos, which, believe me, is worth £10 a month just to have that peace of mind. So what I've done is I've left a link in the description if you want to check them out. Now, it's one thing to know where to get music from, but it's another to actually use it effectively, which brings us on to part 3, how do you use sound and audio in your videos? Sound design adds a whole new dimension to your videos. You see, hearing is a second sense, and therefore, if done right, sound design literally doubles the stimulation for your viewers and boosts the watch time on your videos. So here's my 3-step workflow to mastering sound design that has helped me get millions of views over the last few years on YouTube. So step 1 is you need to find the right music. So the first thing that I like to do is split my video up into different sections and then decide the mood for each section. So for me personally, when I'm building up to something, I like to find songs that create a sense of anticipation and mystery. And then when I reveal the payout and start talking about whatever the person wants to learn and start giving advice, that's when I switch to uplifting music to carry the momentum and a positive vibe in the video. So once I've split up my timeline into the different sections, I then just go to Artlist and select the different filters that I like, and then go through and find the music that I think fits the vibe of the video that I want to create. And then all I do is just place the tracks on the appropriate place in my timeline. Then I take this a step further by matching the natural beat drops in the song with the most exciting parts of the video. So on my main channel where I teach magic, the part of the video where the magic trick is being performed and the visual part is always aligned with the beat drop in the music, and this just elevates the video to a whole new level like this.
It's a craft that weaves a tale of mystery and wonder in the...
So can you see how powerful that is? As soon as the trick happens, there's a big beat drop and it just adds the extra layer and depth to the videos, and I truly believe it's one of the reasons why these videos just get millions and millions of views. Step 2 is to strategically add sound effects. Now, sound effects are like accents and they accentuate different parts of the video, and overall there's 3 different types of sound effects that you can add to your video. There's risers, transitions, and then atmospheric sounds. Now, risers tend to build up tension and anticipation to a specific point, and they're great for introducing a new sequence or section to your video. Use them wisely, because if you overuse them, they do lose their power. Atmospheres add more depth to your edit, so they kind of create this feeling of mystery and intrigue, and they also just help build suspense. So I use them when I'm again building up to a point, just to create that sense of anticipation in the video so the viewer is more emotionally invested. And remember, the more emotionally invested a viewer is, the more engaged they become, and the more engaged they become, they're more likely to watch through your whole video and boost the watch time. Then finally, there's transitions. Now, these are things like hits and whooshes, and hits, generally speaking, just release tension and emphasize certain moments, making them feel more important. For example, on my main magic channel, I'll often use a hit when it comes to the visual part of a magic trick that I've just been performing. So you can see there how hits are really powerful. Now, whooshes are just really great for transitions, so when you're switching from one cut to another, they just help the video seem more complete and seamless. Now, if you want to use the same sound effect multiple times in a row, then just give each of the different sound effects different pitches. And this just means the sound effect seems different even though it's actually the same audio file. So once you've actually made your video and you've added in the baseline music, just go through the entire video and sprinkle in sound effects whenever it makes sense to do so. And also, before we move on to step 3, where I teach you the final part of creating a killer sound design, if you want to learn more about making amazing YouTube videos in general, and you want to just take your channel to the next level, then please check out my full course, YouTube Creator Pro, because inside I teach you everything you need to know about YouTube, from how to make amazing thumbnails to filming your videos with a world-class YouTube setup, and I even show you how to monetize your channel to make life-changing money. So if any of that sounds interesting, then click the first link in the description to find out more. Step 3, boosting retention. So now what I'm going to do is break down some extra little hacks you can do in your sound design just to really boost the retention in your videos. Firstly, I recommend you start using J-cuts. This is a great technique to make your video just flow really nicely. So a J-cut is where the sound plays first and then the clip comes in like half a second later. And now the reason for this is when you have both audio and visual elements starting at the same time, your viewers have 2 bits of information to process. But when the audio from the next clip starts just a few frames earlier on and then the visuals come on later, it allows the video to flow much more naturally. Second, I recommend you use AI to extend the length of your songs. If you have a song but it's just too short, click on it in Premiere Pro and then click on the Essential Sounds tab, then click on Music, then click on Duration, and just type in how long you want the song to be. Premiere Pro will then extend the song to your desired length, and this is just a little hack that I found really useful when the song doesn't fit the actual length of my video. Thirdly, fade music in and out. Now, this might sound obvious, but you'd be surprised by how many people just don't do this. Fading music in and out helps create smoother transitions between the different sections of your video, and it also helps avoid any sudden jumps in volume, which can be just quite jarring for the viewers. So that's everything in this video. Thanks so much for watching, and please check out YouTube Creator Pro for more information on how to build and monetize a top 0.1% YouTube channel. I'll see you there.